Good afternoon and welcome to Wellness with IJ. How are you doing? I hope you had a great weekend and I hope you're ready for the brand new week. I want to say thank you to the new subscribers who subscribed to the channel. I am grateful for all those numbers. And if you're watching me and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. There's also a bell right next to it so that you can be notified when something new occurs or when I upload a brand new video. If you enjoy these sessions, please click the thumbs up, which is a like button, so that YouTube can share it with other people. So, again, thank you for tuning in. Today, the reason why I'm here is because a couple of days ago, I received a text message from one of my friends, and this was regarding someone we went to school with actually. And the message was that this person passed away. And I was asking, well, what happened? Because that's the natural next question is what happened? And she said, well, he slumped and died. And I said, do we know why he slumped and died? And no one knew. So I'm here to say to everyone who thinks that slumping and dying just happens. I just want to let you know that it doesn't happen. There's usually a reason why that happens. And in most cases, it's a cardiovascular event that took place. And sometimes it's something totally different that has nothing to do with that. Well, for the most part, that is the reason why that happens. So the question is, what can we do about it? What can we do about it? And what we can do about it is the things we've been talking about. Go for that walk, 30 minutes. It doesn't take long. Have just half of that meal that's been set in front of you. Um, Cut down on fat, cut down on sugar, considering that we have so many risk factors to these events. I think this actually is much more serious for us than maybe other groups of people. And Nigerians, for instance, which is where I come from, that happens a lot. I mean, I can't tell you how many times people have shared that someone slumped and died. And it's almost like there's a disease called slump and die. There isn't a disease called slump and die. When somebody slumps and dies, something happened. And we need to take that seriously and find out why and take steps towards making sure that we reduce the frequency of these incidents. And nowadays, it's nothing to do with whether you're male or female or your age. Everyone, young women, young men, people are dying suddenly, and people not to understand that these can all be prevented to a certain extent at the very least. And I have to say this, and I hope that people understand my point, is that I find that a lot of us Nigerians tend to be much more interested in entertainment. When you go to channels that do entertainment or lifestyle, especially if they're those lifestyles, those fancy lifestyles that we all think that we like. You see a lot of people paying attention. They want to know how you got this. They want to know where to buy this. They want to know this. They want to know that. But when you check channels that are actually making people aware of their health, channels that are encouraging people to take their health seriously, you find that the number of people who are watching these programs are fewer, far fewer. So those are the things that you can do: the exercise, healthy eating, cutting down on unhealthy fats, increasing your fiber, increasing your vegetable consumption, lean protein. Those are really important for our health. Okay, so how do you know that you're doing the right thing? The other point that I wanted to make today is that you need to make sure that you see your doctor regularly. Where we are right now, you have to have your annual exam, where you go to your doctor's office, a blood test is involved, and some other tests will also be performed depending on your situation. And the reason is that your blood test is going to tell a story about what your status is. So a lot of people, if you have high blood pressure, it's a silent killer. Everybody knows that. And that's because you can be normal, you can be doing everything that you normally do, but deep within you have a high blood pressure that you've had for such a long time that it has actually caused some damage. That's the reason why you hear people say, oh, I was talking to him last night and then today he's gone. It's because of these illnesses. And that's the reason why you have to go to see your doctor, so that your doctor can regularly check and make sure that your health is where it should be. Before you start to get the symptoms of diabetes, the excessive drinking of water or excessive thirst or going to the restroom often, by that time, your blood sugar is so high, and you don't know how long it has been that high for. You don't know how many complications of diabetes you had already developed at the time that you had symptoms. That's the reason why you have to make sure that you do these tests, that you go to your doctor at least once a year. Here in the US, you're supposed to go every year. And if you have diabetes, I believe it's every 6 months. When I was in England, I don't think that there's a requirement to have an annual exam, and that might be to do with the fact that it's a different healthcare system. But I'm asking you, if you live in the UK, please pay your doctor to have these tests done. I remember in those days, you can actually pay your NHS doctor or GP to perform a procedure privately. So if you need to have a blood test, ask your doctor knows exactly what to do. If you tell your doctor that you just need a health check, they know exactly what to do. Offer to pay them. If it's £200, it's fine. Your life is worth it. Just make sure that at least once a year that you approach your doctor and you get a regular health check. There's so many procedures that can be done that are really preventative. One of them is colon cancer. Colonoscopy, especially for Black people, we're at risk. Don't take it for granted. Talk to your doctor and see if these things can be done. If you have to pay for it, please do. If you live in Nigeria, I know it's a totally different thing. The same thing applies. There's nothing that stops you from going to see your doctor every year just to make sure that you're fine. You go to your doctor's office and you say, "Doctor, I just want to have a checkup." They know exactly what to do. Don't wait until you become ill before you go to see your doctor, because a lot of the time, that's already too late. That is already too late. So please take it seriously. Everyone should have a blood pressure machine. Do you know what your blood pressure is? Same thing goes for your blood sugar. Get a glucometer. They're everywhere now. Test your blood at least once a week. If everything is fine, you can do once a month, just to make sure that you can catch these situations before they progress and advance to a point where you actually become ill or where you have already started to develop all the complications. If you live in the West and you have relatives in Nigeria, please encourage them, pay for them to go and see their doctor to get these things done. Develop a good relationship with the doctor so that you can speak with the doctor and find out exactly what their findings are. If it's a scan, I'm sure you can find someone who can read it for you if you're not able to read it. If it's a blood result, I am sure you can find someone who can read it for you. If you go online, you can see what the normal range for all these measurements and know when they're outside the normal range. Send money to people at home. It's not just for food, because if anyone dies, they're not going to be able to eat. So ensure that you're paying for your relatives to go and get checked out, especially as they get older. Nigerian doctor, please help us. Encourage your patients. If we call you and ask you questions, we're not trying to undermine you or to try and tell you your job. It's because we want to know. And there's really nothing wrong with us wanting to know how our moms or our dads are, or what the blood results were. So this is for everyone. Take it seriously. That is my message today. People slump and die for a reason. So that's all I wanted to say today. Please share this video to your relatives. And until the next time, please stay healthy, subscribe to the channel, share the video, like the video, keep doing all those healthy things. You take care. Goodbye.